It's your last day to write in class, all right? So, yeah. I want you to get a lot done today. I'm going to try to keep this mini lesson real short to get you back in writing as quickly as I can. As I read your Bentoo drafts, okay, you got your feedback. One of the things you may have been curious about is like, why were you evaluated on something like endings when we haven't talked about them in class yet, right? Maybe some of you are like how can you grade me on something that I didn't learn yet? Well, two reasons. One reason is because you did personal narratives in grade 5, right? So you are familiar with endings. You do know about endings. The other reason, the bigger reason, slide forward a little more. Get you out of the sun there. The other reason is because I wanted you to have some feedback on your ending as it is in that Bentoo summative, so you can use that to push yourself in your next story, the one that you're writing now. Okay, so today we're going to talk about endings. Our goal is that we write a profound ending, or we leave the reader with a profound understanding. Okay, now, do you know what the word profound means? Profound. 엄청. Right? Do you know what 퉁찰 is? 퉁찰. It's 통? Tone. You sure? So, anyway, it means insight, right? So you want to leave your reader with a message. And we've talked about this over and over again, that at the end of your story, your reader comes away with something. Right? It could be a lesson they learned, or something, a change they want to make in their own life, a change they want to see in the world, or they want to be a part of. Okay? And in your Bentoo stories, this jumped out at me as one area that everybody needs to improve on. That's way that, and because of that, I think you're going to get a lot out of the examples I share with you today. Now, do you remember the story I shared last week about my friend Lucy?
Yeah.
Right? My friend Lucy. Do you remember? Her dad told her to water the garden. Right? Her dad cares about these flowers in the garden, right? And her dad had to run out, and he said, Lucy, just water the plants for me. Water my flowers. And what she did was get in this big water fight with her sister, and she had the hose, and she fired the hose all over the garden. Flowers are flying through the air, right? It's like a cloud of flower petals. No, it's a horrible thing, right? Her dad works so hard to keep this garden real nice. Right? She totally ruined it. Do you remember the meaning of that story? What is it we learned through her experience? Her dad understands her even when she screws up. Right? Her dad understands her even when she screws up. All right? So, my friend Lucy came to me for advice about writing the ending to her story. And this is what she came with at first. Okay, so I'll read it to you. Dad, my voice broke as I tried to apologize. I'm sorry. I'll fix it. I promise. Dad swallowed and nodded. I could tell he was having trouble finding his words. He nodded again, still silent, and pulled me into his arms. Now, I want you to tell the person next to you, what do we really learn? What understanding do we arrive at with this conclusion? What do we learn? Tell your partner.
What? Using that tool, I'm not really sure. It's nothing really bad. It's like a normal second.
All right, back together. What did we say? What does this show? Eva, you were saying something that sounded pretty good.
He wants to show that he's forgiving and show
Okay, so she said that the author wants to show that Dad is kind of forgiving Lucy. And we see that here by Dad's actions, right? Dad pulls her into his arms. So for her, she's probably feeling like, I know I'm in trouble, but I still know that Dad loves me. Because if he was going to send me away to live with my mean aunt, he wouldn't hug me right now. Right? So in our head, we should think, okay, actions. And if something significant is happening right now, we're seeing that the conclusion, something that works in a lead, to create a memorable lead, can also be used to create an impactful and profound ending. And so we're going to think beginnings and endings, we use the same techniques to make them work well. So I told my friend Lucy, I said, this is okay. I understand that your dad doesn't hate you, but I don't have goosebumps. Right? I don't really get a deep meaning in your story. So let's work on it. Okay? And she came back and she shared this with me. Right? And I'll read it again. Dad swallowed and nodded. Then he looked away at the wrecked garden and fixed his eyes on my teary face. Placing his strong hands on my heaving shoulders. What are heaving shoulders? Like she's crying, right? So the heaving describes the movement of her shoulders, right? Like when you guys cry at home, Mark misses a putt and cries. He has heaving shoulders, right? So Dad said, gently but firmly, you made a huge mess. You really did. These flowers are ruined. So what's different with this one? What's different? James, what's different?
They added more details to the ending.
What kind of details? Actions, right?
Actions,
We
yes.
got some of Dad's actions. We've got
The zooming action detail.
we see where Dad is looking. Right? Dad looks at the garden. Dad looks at her face. Okay? When I finished this, right, this ended with dialogue, right? There, Dad saying, you made a huge mess. You really did. These flowers are ruined. I saw some of you in the back go, right? So when I read this, I felt shame, right? I felt really bad for Lucy because I could tell how upset Dad is, and I know that's going to crush her, right? So Lucy added this, okay? A wave of shame rolled over me, and I looked down. Dad was quiet for a moment before he pulled me into his arms and murmured into the top of my head, but you'll help me. We will fix it. We'll make it nice again. Okay? Now I have goosebumps. Right? Because I can feel that change in the story. Don't you? Good. I'm glad someone else here is human. But what happens here is that there's a change, right, in the story, right? Because we feel this guilt, right? We know how upset Dad is, right? We see where he's looking. He's looking at the garden. He's looking at Lucy's eyes and the tears running down her face. We know she's made a huge mess. Okay, and then it's quiet for a moment. But then Dad pulls her close, and it ends with dialogue. And it's really positive at the end, right? We will fix it. You will help me. It will be nice again. So this is what the story is really about, right? Lucy's screwing up, but her dad's still sticking by her and not throwing her out to the wolves, right? So we know Dad still loves Lucy. Okay, they're going to fix the garden together. This is the moment where Lucy understands that even though she's made a mistake, she can still rely on her dad to kind of keep her safe, both physically and emotionally. Okay, Gina, let's not do that. Okay? So now I want you to think, in your story, what can you take from this example to make your ending great? What can you take from this example to make your reader leave your story or finish your story with a profound understanding? Okay, so when they leave, you really want to make sure that they understand what your story is really about. Okay, take a moment now. I want you to look back into your story and then tell the person next to you what you're going to say in your ending. Okay? Do that now.